Good morning, everyone. Thanks very much for joining me. Sorry I'm not here in real. I am in real, but I had to do this video for you instead of doing a live one today. Didn't want you to miss out, but I'm sorry I couldn't be there. So you may recall, if you were with me a few days ago on Wednesday, we were showcasing the brand new layering dies from John Next Door, which I absolutely love, and I am going to be showing you a bit more about them in the future. But in the meantime, I wanted to concentrate on these little beauties. So these were the Michaelmas daisies that I used on Wednesday, which I think are absolutely lovely. They really are so pretty. Just, yeah, so pretty. But I wanted to show you how we could make more than just the one set of daisies there and how they could look quite different. So I have used my die plate, and this is what you get in your set. You get the die plate like this, which cuts out 14 different flowers. You get 4 sets, so you get 2 large, 2 medium, 2 small and 2 extra small, and then you get the very tiny ones, 6 of. So you've got a lot of combination. But you also get in this one a second plate, and this is the second plate that you get. And this one is just for the centres. And I actually think that the centres here are really ideal to put in an awful lot of other flowers as well. So not just for these ones, but I think they work out really well to go in both. So I thought I would cut some out, and this is what I've done. I've cut out one whole sheet of A4, giving me 56 different flowers, and I'm not going to make all of them. I've also cut a variety of the centerpieces. So I've cut some in a pinky colour, some in white, and a few in green as well. So the idea is I just wanted to show you how I like to make up flowers, or how you could make up flowers. And then I've made a simple card that I'm just going to pop them on there together to show you that as well at the end. So let's just put these ones to one side for a minute. And I'm going to bring in my moulding mat. So we do a moulding mat bright yellow so that you can see. And I then use a variety of embossing tools. So I've got a little pack here, which I'll show you. So you have got the embossing tools. Now this is usually one of my favourites, or the large one. But the good job is that they've got 6 different ends, so you can use them for anything. So you've got an end here, which is ideal. Then your other end there. And this one, exactly the same type of thing, but clearly a very much bigger ball end for them. And I'm also using one of my pokey tools, which I've had for a long time, and I really can't remember where I got it from, but any pokey tool would be okay. But this one I'm going to use for my flowers here today as well. So let's just say we're going to make our normal everyday flower. So I'm going to pick up a couple of the same size of my flowers, and we'll have a look at them. And again, when you do look at them, you can see that you have got that little line through the middle there. And in this case, it's actually a cut rather than just an embossed piece or anything like that. So that gives us a little bit more scope as well. But to start off with, we can take our ball tool, and I'm going to take this one, which is the smaller one of them. And I'm just literally going to turn this over on its back. So I've got the wrong end. And I'm just going to take it from the tip and bring it down to the centre, each one of them. So from the tip to the centre, each one of the petals. So I'm just sort of tickling it, curling, and curling it. So that's what's happening. So just bring that. So you can see hopefully that that has now completely curled up. Now I'm going to turn it over and pop it down back on my mat, and then I'm going to take my ball again, and then I'm just going to go round and round in a circle, and that will then give me this effect. So it's cupped beautifully, you see that, but it gives a really lovely effect as well. So let's do that again. So I'm turning it on its back, and then I'm curling it, each petal, whoops, one by one from the very tip, and all I'm doing is pressing down into the mat and then pulling my ball tool towards me and stopping when I get to the centre. So that's all we're doing. Okay, so it's making it, whoops, a really thinking of, I can't think what they call it. And as you're not here, you're probably all yelling at me now, but as you're not here to tell me today, there's a claw, I think you call it, for putting in diamonds and things like that, jewels, into a ring setting. So you can see again, it's got that lovely effect of it sitting up nicely. So if we pop those two together, I'm going to bring in my glue glaze, remembering that these are slightly offset, which give a better look. So I'm popping one of my petals through in between the one on the top, and then I'm just pressing down again just to partly stick them together and partly to give that glue chance to strike, and you can see then what sort of a look you get. So now let's take slightly bigger ones, and let's curl them up the other way round. So now this time I've got them so that they are the right way up to me to start off with, but I'm going to do the same motion, which is curling them from the tip of the petal to the centre. Okay, so that's curling up all the time, and you could leave them like that, which would give you that really curled look. Oh, it's alive. Okay, really curled. Or you could turn it the other way, so I'm now the wrong way facing. I've curled them so well I can't get it to stay flat. And then I'm going to go round in that ball shape again, but I'm going to turn it over, and now we've got a very different look. So I'm just going to do the same with this one. So I'm just curling those pieces together. There literally are so many different ways that you can do this. Turning it over, giving it a bit of a look like that, and then we've got, let me show you. Oh, find the camera in a minute. Can you see that? It's alive. A very different look there. Okay, so I'm going to pop those two together. So it's the right ways facing me, but we've got that dome upright in the centre of it. And again, I shall just position those off. And when I pop them together, I'm going to turn them over. So when I press down with my ball tool, I'm pressing the right way, if you see what I mean. But you've got them now round that way. So it's much more domed. Okay, so that's that way. Now, we could, of course, just do, now this is the largest flower on there, and we could just do one single flower, which would be absolutely flat. That also would be okay. If you are concerned about sending things in the post, you might like them to be just completely flat, and with a little gem or something in the centre, that can look lovely as well, just to be like that. We can get our fingers and we can hold it the right way round, and we can just gently just curl up the edges just a small amount. And again, just make that into a one layer, but with a, let's put some gems. We can't leave these without any gems, can we? Let's put a bit of the glue glaze in the centre and pick up one of my gems. Come Come on, little gems. Oh. Now, I think you noticed when may have noticed when you put these, I couldn't believe the difference when I looked at these dewdrops. Oh, they just make so much difference. So here we are with the dewdrop, which has clearly got white behind it because of the fact that it's dry as clear glue and it needs time to dry. But when you look at these that have been done like that, and they are clear and they just twinkle, just so pretty. So liking that. Don't forget, we haven't even used any of the centres yet. So it just gives a really pretty look like that. And again, if we just pop some glue glaze or a dab of glue into the centre there, and then pick up another gem, pop that into the centre. That again will give a lovely look, especially when that has dried off. Just beautiful. Okay, so now we need centres to put into them as well. But before we do that, we've got one more look, which these ones are, that's why the Michaelmas Daisy is so different, because as I said to you, if we take this one here, you can see that we have got the splits in this centre here. And if you take a pokey tool, you can actually open up those splits. So simply pop that into the bottom of the split and push. And you will then see that that split will open up and give a really different, pretty look. Okay, so just pop it in and just push it through so that you've got, in this case, mine goes from very sharp to a thicker piece, but most pokey tools will do exactly the same. Or if necessary, you can even just get your finger in there and do it like that. But you can see now, if I pop it onto there, that that's really opening. So compared to this one, which is exactly the same flower, you've now got quite a different look between opening up and just leaving it as it is. And you could have a lovely combination of the two. So you could put that one onto there like that, and you've got a lovely combination at the back there with that one coming through too. So there's such a load of different ways. And of course, we could just pile them up. So let's just take this. If we take a largest, we'll give it a bit of just a bit of a twinkle. So I'm going to put that one on, and this is the next size down. So again, just slightly offsetting them. Then the next size down, just popping the glue into the centre there. Again, try and offset those petals so that you're getting a different look as you go round. Then the next size down. So we'll enter size 4. The bigger the ball tool ending, the flatter, if you could call it that, these will look in the end. They won't rise so much. If I then put my small end, very small end, let's say, into this big one here and went round, I could almost get it just tickling it around compared to this one, which was just used with the leaves. You can see the difference. How much? So the smaller the ball tool is, the more pronounced that you will get that curve. So then I'm going to take one of my middles. So I'm going to pop a bit of glue into the centre, and I'm going to take one of my white middles. I'm going to use my smaller ball tool. As I said, you get that so that it sits up nicely. And you can see again that all I've just done in this one is just pressed it in the middle, but it's already come up quite cupped. And then pop that into the centre like that. And then again, finish it off with a little dewdrop. I'm now thinking I might use my coloured ones for that. So I think I use my coloured ones like that. Beautiful, yeah? And again, I could keep on. I could then, so this is one layer of everything apart from the very smallest ones, and one centre and one dewdrop in the centre. I could use more, so I could make this into a really bigger multi-layered one, and it would also look different again if I hadn't just cupped them like this. If I had cupped them round the other way, they would look different again. So I've taken one die and already I've given you 5 different ways of doing this, but it could be even more. So I want to make a few more of these where I'm opening them up, because that's what I want to make for my flower today. So let's just open them up and do that. So whilst I'm doing that, I'm just going to be telling you that anything that you see today is over on the MaximumCraft.com website. It will be under the Facebook Live section, despite the fact this is YouTube. I know, best not ask. But I do find that that's the best format for me to do, is the YouTube Live. However, Facebook, just reminding you, has decided that it doesn't want to invite my friends to be members and to remember that it's on at the moment. So don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, because then you will be able to see it in all its glory. And you will be able to get notified half an hour before I go live of anything. But just remember that nearly always it's Wednesdays at 6 p.m. and Sundays at 11 a.m, which is what it was today. And you found me, so well done. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I think I like this idea of opening these. So that's what I thought we'd go for today. So I will be back on Wednesday at 6 o'clock in the evening to bring you some new ideas and share some things with you. Now I'm going to go down to the next size. And yeah, looking forward to showing you that as well. And then next Sunday, hope you can make it, because we've got the February, because it will be February by then. Wednesday is the 1st of February. And we'll be bringing you next Sunday the February card kit. So seems to be a very popular thing, which I'm really pleased about. And if you would like to have a go at the card kit, so the card kit usually involves a die of some sort and all the other bits cut out for you, plus being able to watch the video, and of course you will get written instructions as well. So yeah, that's next Sunday, February. Not quite sure where it all went really, are you? So I've made these 3 up and I'm going to pop them together. So I'm going to use my glue glaze into the centre and then just offset that a little bit. Whoops. Press that in there. And then these ones. So I haven't really moulded these petals at all with these. I've just literally pushed the pokey tool in between and then opened them up. And in doing so, they've sort of literally curled a little bit, but not massively. So again, that's another way of doing it. Don't have to worry about turning them over or anything. I've just literally pushed that open, which again gives a really different look. Now, let me bring in the card that I'm using today. So let me just take these out of the way. and I'll explain what differences we've got here. So what I did for my card was I've used the layering dies, and I have used I'm just checking, hold on, I have used the 5-inch square and the 4-inch circle. That's what I've done. So I've used 2 sets here. This is on a 6x6 card to give you an idea of what it looks like. I've taken the background piece here, and that is fuchsia. And then I've put coconut white in for my plain die and my dotted die. And then the same again with my centre circle piece, which is the scalloped piece in fuchsia of the 4-inch layering dies with the middle bit there. I've then taken the words special and friend from the sayings, special sayings, so that they are my sentiment. And this time I've actually put it in place first, because I just think that this actual format of the square and the circle are just a go-to for anybody. You know, if you haven't got, what should we say, a special card, it's not that it's not a special card, but I think that it's such an easy way of putting the square and the circle together. If you haven't got a great deal of time, maybe you've got a chance to sit down and make a few flowers at home and just leave them in a box and then just cut these bits of card out. You really couldn't have anything more simple than this. Cut this out, change the sentiment, happy anniversary, with sympathy, happy birthday, get well soon, blah, blah, blah. It really is so simple. So I'm just going to put some flowers here. However, why I was saying this is, if you had the chance to watch the Craft Cave of last week, which would have been the 25th, I think it was, of January, on John Lockwood's Facebook page, you will have seen him talking about colours. And so that's why I thought I would go with these colours. So I've got 2 colours of the same spectrum here. So we've got this fuchsia, and then I'm using grape, which is what these ones are. And so they are very similar in shades, but not so much that they are lost on one another, and also not so much that they are hidden. They still show up. So I think that's quite a nice combination, which is why I then cut out with the fuchsia some of the centerpieces, because I thought that they would look quite nice to bring this in here as well. So I'm just going to put down, first of all, a bit of glue into the centre, take one of my fuchsia centerpieces, pop it onto my moulding mat, and then just give that a little bit of a tickle, and then pop that into the centre. And then, if you can see what I mean here now, I'll just set it, and then I will show the camera a bit closer, that you have now, wait a minute, let me just get there. You have now got the same colour that I'm using. You can see me just pointing to that in the background. It's the same colour in the centre, but it just gives that nice little contrast there. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just popping a little bit of glue glaze into the centre of my flower, and then taking one of my same colours, the fuchsia, just pushing that in and popping that into the centre. Just pushing down on there just to hold it, make sure it sticks. And if you see what I mean on this one, oops, stay. That's the difference there. If you put a white piece, it can look quite different. And then I've just put that piece there, which is more subtle. Yeah, obviously a different type of flower, I know that. But I think it just looks really nice. But it blends in. I think if you just add those 2 colours, so John was talking about 2 colours of the 2 contrasting colours or complementary colours, and then a white, and bring them all together. I think that looks pretty good. So I'm then going to, do we add clear or do we add mauve? What do you reckon, folks? I'm thinking we might add mauve. Oops, got to grab hold of one. Yeah, I think that pinky mauve looks rather good. So, whoops, let's bring that in. Make sure I've got enough there. So these are the rainbow, can't get hold of one, hold on. These are the rainbow dewdrops as opposed to the clear ones. Oh goodness, come here. Let's put you out onto there then, and then we'll pick you up. Thank you. There we are. You see him talking to the dewdrops now. Usually talk to card. I don't know if that's a bonus that I'm talking to the dewdrops. Or more worrying, really, to be honest with you. But anyway. I think that the clear ones look lovely, but I think these look nice when you can try the different ones there. Do look good. Here we are. So, yeah, I'm liking those. Let me bring those up to show you closely, bearing in mind that it's got to dry off a bit more. Don't they look pretty? And I love it that we've opened up the little petals so that they can look again quite different, and different to, let me just bring in this one again, where they're not opened up. It just gives it a completely different look. So, as would changing the centres of the colours, you know, all of those would look quite different. So we're going to pop these into this corner here, like so. Now, I'm thinking to myself, I didn't do any leaves, but I'm thinking I have got some pre-cut leaves here, and I'm wondering whether we might put them in. So, let's get these together. I've gone with leaf sprigs, so we're bringing in a bit of green. Okay, so let's just take these out of the way because we want to finish it off. And I'm thinking of putting those leaf sprigs there, and then my flowers. I don't want masses of the green. I just want a little bit of the green, so that it just finishes it off. And I think that's what we'll go for. So we'll pop a little bit of glue onto the back of the leaf sprigs. Did I just say these are apple green? Just happen to have some cut out, really. So I'm just going to put those down in this corner here. Again, as always, just glue on the bottom bits so that the top bits have more form to them, more realistic, really. Crossing them over so that I'm taking up less space, but so that people can still see. And grab my pin flare to attach my flowers. Oops. So let's have the largest one here. The next size next to it. And then this little bubble one down here. And you've still got, from one set of one full plate of them, you have still got all of the little tiny ones to go wherever you want to go. Perhaps not on here, I think. I am tempted to put more dewdrops on there, but I don't think I will just at the moment, because what I was trying to do is show you the flowers, not show you the dewdrops. But you can see what I mean about the fact that the dewdrops go there nicely. It is drying, and hopefully you can see that that pink, I think, looks really pretty. So there is my finished card. As I said, very simplistic today. I just wanted to show you more about what you could do with all the flowers, all the different ways, and to be honest, I've only skimmed at it, just some of the different ways. But to remind you that this is the square from the 5-inch layering dies, the circle from the 4-inch layering dies, the words special and friend from the special sayings die set. I've used the leaves from Leaf Sprigs, which was the previous collection, and then I've used the most gorgeous Michaelmas daisies. The colours I've used again are fuchsia for this lighter pink, coconut white for the white, and this colour here is grape, and this one here is apple green. So there you are. There's our card for today. I hope you've enjoyed and maybe learnt a few thing or two, or at least sat back and relaxed. Look forward to seeing you on Wednesday at 11, and if you can't, at 6, sorry, blah, 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 at 6, and if you can't make it, I hope to see you next week, which is the 5th of February, and I'll be showing you then the new card kit for the month of February. So take care till then, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.